at that point, you're not there to play it safe. Like if you're not taking risks, you're not competing.
It's empowering, you know. I mean, anybody who's done a CrossFit workout, you finish your CrossFit workout, and you're like, I'm on top of the world.
Yeah.
Like a hunger for competition and like that super intense structure, routine. I still had that desire.
Listen to the way people feel and the motivations for doing the things that they did. It was like they were describing me to a T.
I'm not trying to solve everything for you, but I know that sometimes you just need somebody to listen.
Learned the most is how to fill my cup by filling others.
Welcome to the Hungry Dog Barbell Podcast. Join me as I talk with passionate people about their life's failures and successes, and most importantly, what keeps them hungry for more. What up, dogs? Welcome back to another episode of the Hungry Dog Barbell Podcast. I got my homie, one of my closest homies, that's Terrence Carroll. Funny story, yeah. I just started typing Terrence's name right. Look, and I had that shit spelled incorrectly for years upon years.
You be these niggas, man.
What up, Terrence? How you feeling today, dog?
I'm feeling good, a little tired, but I'm feeling good. How are you, man?
A little tired. I see you got that dad life going on. You got the crib in the background, man.
Bruh. That's life.
Yo, so what day was that? I think I didn't wake up to it, but it was the middle of the day. I get this text from Terrence like, yo, do you want kids? And I'm like, what this? We talk like usually every day. We had talked like 2 days. You just hit me with the do you want kids? And I was like, all right, I don't know where this man's going.
I didn't know if that content was going to be allowed on the pod. I didn't know if it was going to get you in trouble or not, because I shot that out. That question came out the air.
It did. It came out the air. You want to elaborate on kind of where that came from here, man?
Yo, it's going to be selfish, but I was like, yo, it's kind of hard waking up at night and not having all this sleep and all these different things that parenting does to you. And I was like, yeah, I want someone to share in that like experience with me. And
well, Reggie got a dog that he don't train at all.
And you know, he's about to have a kid. So like he ain't got one yet. So I was like, all right, Taylor. I was like, I ain't gonna put that on Joel because you know that's a whole different story. Taylor's a little bit more further along than Joel's.
Yeah,
he was the lucky one. I was at the gym. I went to LA not too long ago, LA Fitness, and I was talking to this dude that I used to go to the Montgomeryville one with. You know, I was telling him, I was like, yeah, you know, I had a baby, whatever, blah blah. We was just talking, shooting the stuff. And he was like, yo, I'm about to have a kid too in August. I was like, oh, congrats.
Yeah. You asked about his girl.
This man was like, yo, I'm happy I'm having a kid, but I hate my girlfriend. I was like, nice. I was like, dang. I was like, well, how's y'all communication? He's like, not great. I was like, well, it's about to be a rough one for you, buddy.
Yeah, about to be real rough. How do you know? Wait, he said in August? Oh, he almost August.
There. Mm-hmm. He about to get to it. I was trying to give him some sound advice, some sage wisdom, but hey man, everybody's kid is different. Everybody's life and relationship is different. So,
thanks. Do you feel the dad vibes coming on to you? Do you feel wiser now? Is your beard coming in thicker?
The beard's definitely coming in thicker. It might be longer because Hunter likes to grab it and pull it. But I mean, it's a whole different level of responsibility. So I guess that gives me just a little bit more, I don't know about wisdom would be the right word, but awareness.
Yeah.
Because you got to be more aware. So you have to have a new level of selflessness, all these different things. And I'm naturally a selfish person. So that's one of the learning curves for me, being less selfish. So the bad vibes is coming in.
I feel that. You were like a forward thinking person, right? Like you were always, ever since I know you've been like had goals and looked towards the future. Does it like, as soon as you had Hunter, like, did your goals change? Did what you want for the future change, like your plan?
Yes and no. That goes along with the selfish part of me. My goals that I had were pretty much the same. I think having a family may have added to that, maybe added to the intensity where it's like, all right, before I kind of knew that this was going to happen, but like now I know, like, you know, I got to make it happen kind of like, or
Yeah.
I'm not going to let it not happen more so.
Yeah.
And you know, my thinking before, like even when we found out we was having Hunter, even early on, I'm just like, you know, I'm going to teach her to be like this. I don't want her to go to college. I don't want her to do this because it's all scam, blah, 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 blah. But then I had to think about it. I'm like, yo, I'm not going to push my views on her.
Yeah.
I'm going to let her like live her own life. And, you know, I'm going to give her, you know, knowledge. I'm going to give her game. You know, Jaquel's going to give her game, knowledge, everything that we've lived through up until this point. But I'm not going to try to persuade her to go one way or another, to try to go my path, be like, all right, you should be an entrepreneur, you should be a business owner. If you want to go to school, go to school. If you want to be a doctor, be a lawyer, be whatever you want to do. Like that's the kind of mindset that I have now. It's like, I just want my kids, both of them, like to be in who they are. Cause like, you know, like when your upbringing is one of like, like for example, me and Jaquel have two different upbringings. Jaquel's parents were more so, yo, I want you to have a safe job. And we talked about this. Jaquel's a creative. She's a dancer. She wanted to have a dance school. She's going to open that up eventually. But like, it could have been way further along at this point if the right people or her parents would have been like, yo, you should go for that. Don't just go the safe route. Don't get an office job because it's safe. Like, do what you're passionate about.
Right.
On the other hand, like my mom, she was supportive of me. Like, you know, you're going to go start this business. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Like, it was like that. Same thing with Jaquel. She was supportive of me. So it was like the people that you have around you kind of lead you to that. You too, like all y'all. All the people that are in my close circle kind of was like, yo, do that. I believe in you. You know, I know you can do this. So I want to kind of put that on my kids. It's like, yo, Hunter, yo, you want to go do this? Cool. What do you need to do it? Go do it. Figure it out. Live life, you know, fail. That's the biggest thing. Fail.
That's really important. Yeah.
Fail. Do it. It's going to happen. Just get it out the way so you can get past that road bump or that speed bump and keep going forward.
Yeah, that's not to leave out Kaden because you're a dad of two right now, man. How Kaden adjusted to life in PA?
She loves it actually. We up in Springboard school district, so like she got all her little friends. Like, you know, it's different from Baltimore,
right?
Obviously, like it's a culture shock because it's all white people here. You know, so like you can see like the different verbiage that she uses now and the speech, and like I'm getting the vibes of like when I moved up to North Penn from Norristown.
She the Wrigley, huh?
It's the same thing. It's like it's great though, like because I think that being in a diverse environment is cool for a kid growing up because it gives you an opportunity to see how things really are in the world, not being like in a place where it's all of one or all of another, like, because that's not how the world is.
Yeah, right. I feel
so,
you. Dog, this is gonna be funny. Do y'all have a dog or did I dream that?
No, we don't have a dog.
I dream that, yo. And I every once in a while I think back to one day, this image just came in my mind of Jaquel posted y'all getting a puppy. And I was like,
they want one.
I believe that. But like I was like, man, I don't feel like this is the move that Terrence would pull this early into just having a newborn. I kept forgetting to ask you that all these months. Bro, like, yo, did I dream that?
Yes. You've seen how big our house is.
Yes.
It ain't enough space for Hunter, me, Jaquel, Kaden, and a dog. It's not space, bro.
Not with a newborn. I was like, nah, Terrence wouldn't do that. Not with a newborn.
That's further down the line.
Yeah.
Way further down the line. But this fatherhood thing, it's different. It's a different kind of thing.
That's a different kind of bag, dog. So the last time you were on, right, we talked about you were at the very beginning of New Beginnings, man. How's it going?
It's going great. I was I was thinking about that because like when we had, remember the bull Chris, the finance guy
Yeah,
that we had on, was that on the Habo or was that on this?
that was Habo during the first quarantine.
Because that was like the pivoting point for my business. Because he said,
Right.
I don't know if you remember, but on the pod he said like some very like
Some game,
good
yeah.
advice. He's like, yo, whatever you put all your effort into, whatever you put all your time into, that's what's going to grow. If you have too many split things going on at once, you're never going to really excel in any one thing.
Facts.
So I took that to heart, and that's when I really started to get into New Beginnings. And and then I got laid off from my job, so I was able to go into that full time. I was getting unemployment. I got a severance, so like I was good, like I was up. So it gave me the chance, it gave me the opportunity to feel like I had kind of like a safety net. Like I was about to get married the next month before I got laid off. Like we was about to start a family. Little did we know we was gonna get pregnant 2 months later. Got a new kid, got Kaden, she's 12. Like all this life is happening all at once, and like you get laid off, and then boom, I had my business to fall back on, thankfully.
Right.
And I think it was God for me. Like that was a pivotal point. Like I talked to a few people like in these different circles, a few of my friends who are also business owners. And, they often talk about how they just don't have enough time to really put into their business because they're also working 9 to 5s. And I can understand that. So I tell them, I'm like, yo, me getting laid off and me being on unemployment was probably the best thing for my business I could have ever hoped for.
It pushed you to go bet on yourself, right?
Exactly. And it's like you're able to put 100% into this now.
Right.
Instead of before where your attention was split. Like there's only so many hours in the day. I understand like all the culture out there for entrepreneurship and the Gary V's and all that are going to tell you, you're going to work your 9 to 5 from 9 to 5 and you work your hustle from 5 to 9. Like that's all fine and good.
It's cap, really.
That's all it is, because it's all fine and good, because at the end of the day, if you're networking with other people, everybody else closed from 5 to 9.
Yeah. so they out office, they in their regular business. Like they not in their business mind, they in their regular life.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, so I understand it. So for me, I was so thankful that happened. Like it was such a pivotal point in my life. Like 2 years ago, it feels like a lifetime ago at this point. Like, because so much has transpired since then. Like New Beginnings has shot up. It's grown. Like you've seen it. Like it's a blessing. That's the biggest way to describe it. And it's only, I'm only working on now just continuing to expand and continuing to grow my knowledge so I can make it bigger and so I could do more things and break into more industries and, all that.
That's lit. Yeah, that was a pivotal moment for me too. I think we might have like, obviously we had Carissa and Troy and stuff all before, but that was like the first time that like I really did like an interview type back and forth with someone. And then a few months after that, when I started Hungry Dog, and it was like, oh man, like I feel like I can actually sit down and talk with people, make it conversational too. And like, just like you were getting laid off a few months later, that's when we were sitting at home, right? Like I had nothing else to do. I had to make something happen, So for me, it was like, damn, like, all right, like I developed a new skill set. Yep. But when you're first starting New Beginnings, right? Like, and I remember at that time period, you were just doing this junk removal, right? And like transportation, stuff like that. Yep. And I didn't know anything about that industry. I just had faith in you, like as my homie. I'm like, all right, I know Terrence could go get, like, if there's anything Terrence could do, you could go get something popping, right? You go work and make it popping. Were people like confused by it, or were they like, oh, like what is going on? I remember we have a mutual friend that like he needed a job, and I was like, yo, you should go see Terrence. And he was like, oh, what's he doing? My man, you know damn well what he's doing. But yeah, were people like confused by it in the beginning?
So I guess the easiest way to answer that question is I didn't allow people to be confused by it. A lot of times I'm real guarded with what I'm doing when I'm building it up. Like even now, you wouldn't even know I own New Beginnings. There's no way to track it back to me whatsoever. Social media, everything's still popping off. Like it's active up there. It's active on Google. It's active on ads. It's active on, I mean, well, now I got the YouTube channel, but even with that, it's like you wouldn't even know. So like for me, I keep it low. Like I get low. So like people are gonna doubt you either way. I know that. I have enough confidence in myself where I know that I'm gonna get it popping either way. But I'm not gonna allow people to come in and be like, yo, you sure you should be doing that, or you sure that's gonna work, or whatever. Like I'm just not gonna do it. So for the first, I'd say probably year, until I proved it to myself, because that's the other part of it, proving it to myself.
Right.
Like proof of concept, essentially. Can this be a viable business? Can I make money off of this? Can this support my family? Can I support other people's families? Can I move in a way that the business people do? Can I be business minded? Can I remove emotions from things so that I can operate as a boss, as an employee, as an operator? Can I facilitate people? Can I plan? Can I get past my weaknesses? One of my weaknesses is organization, consistency, things like that. Can I move past that so I can excel in my business? Because those are cornerstone things that you have to do in business. Can I do that at a high level? So for me, like I got past that. Like I was like, yo, I'm just not gonna tell anybody. I'm gonna get it popping underneath. Once it gets popping, once it gets to a certain point, then I'll let people know. Obviously, people close to me knew about it, but like we talked about with our mutual friends, like I could say that I got a multi 6-figure business and you wouldn't even know.
Like, oh yeah, that's cool.
Like, you wouldn't even know.
Yeah, so that's crazy though.
That's how it is for me. So when it comes to that, it was like, yeah, I knew who was going to be the doubters, and some of the people I did tell, like people who weren't close to me, like maybe somebody in passing, oh yeah, I own this business. Oh, okay. Like you know how like sometimes people give you that look, like
yeah,
oh yeah, that's nice,
right.
So that for me it was just like, all right, I just got to prove it. You just got to show it sometimes.
Yeah, that's facts, though. People from the outside, especially from like outside people that aren't creatives or entrepreneurs, stuff like that, they don't get it. Just like you said, there are always going to be doubters, man. Like when I was organizing Super Total here, I would tell people about the idea and like how I'm gonna do it and all these things, how I'm gonna organize it. Mm-hmm. And they're doubters. They're like, oh, I don't know. I don't get it. That's what I've really heard a lot of. I don't get it. And I'm sure that you heard that too, when you was like, oh, I'm gonna do junk removal, moving services, all stuff like, oh, I don't get it. Like, is that gonna be a viable business? Like, is that like popping out here? I don't get it. I don't get it. And then once you do it and it gets popping and you have the 6-figure business that you don't even have to have your face be the front of anymore. Mm-hmm. They're like, oh, I get it now. Of course. Yep. I made it easy to get. I made it suit so that it's so indescribably you can walk up to it and know exactly what's going on.
Exactly.
Walk in a building, you see the layout, you see the scoreboards, everyone turn up, everybody hype, you get it. You go see your business, you go to the website, you see the reviews, you see all the different services you offer. I get it now,
Like, yo, this is real.
Exactly.
There's and a tangible product.
The point of being a creative is like, yo, I can see something that's not, I get it yet. I get it before it's real,
Yep.
So my cousin said, just like the advice that you got was like, yo, don't confuse people with the service you offer. Just like DeJuan was saying, right? Like focusing on the one thing, right? Because people are coming to your platform and they're like, what do they do? I don't, what service can I get from you? You got to hold in on your one thing, have a skill, have a trade, something that you offer people, right? Which is something that I still struggle with,
I mean, it's hard not to, because like I know for me personally, I struggle with the same thing. It's like, yo, I want to do so many things. because it's like, yo, I can do it. So why not? But just because you can do something, it doesn't mean you should do it, especially if you don't have the time to really put into it. And like, I was talking to somebody the other day who was like looking for a job, and we're talking, and he's like, you know, I'm an entrepreneur too. I got like all these different businesses. And I was that guy. Like, I had LLCs before I had this LLC. I had stuff going on. Did any of them make any money? No.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I can say I got businesses, but are any of them profitable?
Nah, you was out there paying taxes for no reason.
Exactly. So that's like, that's how I see it. It's like, yo, focusing on one thing, like you said, and then you can use that to springboard, just like we was talking about with Dewan. Like, he springboarded, you know, his cleaning company into the junk removal company, into, you know, XYZ, all the different things he has going on. So, you know, that's kind of how you got to do it. You got to focus in on one thing. Like, there's common wisdom says that if you put all your, I know it goes against putting all your eggs in one basket. They always say you shouldn't do that. But we live in this era where everybody's attention is divided. That's why it's so hard to really get anything done.
Yeah.
So
it's hard to hold in on shit.
Exactly. So I guess when you really focus in on something, like you specifically, like when you really focused in on Hungry Dog, it got popping.
Yeah.
When you really focused on being a coach and excelling at CrossFit and excelling at weightlifting, it got popping. Like, we see you up there for hours doing weightlifting. I remember talking to him, I'm like, yo, dog, I ain't never gonna be no weightlifter. I ain't sitting there doing one movement for 2 hours. Like, that ain't me.
Right.
But it's your 10,000 hours. It's you putting in that time and that work to excel at something, become a master of something, not just be a jack of all trades.
Right. What do you tell people you do?
Mostly I tell them that I own a business, and without going into too much detail. And then if they ask for what kind of business, I say I own a moving company. And they'll be like, oh, you know, my son owns a moving company. Or my family used to own a moving company. I'm like,
my great nephew.
That's what I'm saying. So honestly, I'm not a big talker about my business, like only really to my close friends. Like a lot of times, like even when I'm out with Jaquel and we're talking to like her friends or like her family or something, she's like, yo, tell them about your business. I'm like, my bad. Like, I just don't be talking about it. But like, I'll talk about it to like real, like people who are real close to me, where it's like, yo, because it's my, you know, code switching. It's like you talk to certain people about certain things, you talk to certain people about other things. Like, I talk to you about real stuff. I don't talk to Reggie about real stuff.
Hey, man. Every conversation ain't for everybody.
Exactly.
Like,
so
it's different languages of the same language, you know.
So for me, I don't ever call myself an entrepreneur. I stopped doing that a while ago. Like, that term is so it grinds my gears. I ain't gonna lie.
It grinds my gears. That's old school Terrence. Nah, dog. You know what you gotta do? Like, I forget where I heard this the other day. Maybe I thought of this, but I'm gonna just start telling people like I just do everything I ever said I would. You know,
I like that. I like
you
that.
know, like what do you do? Everything I ever said I would. Or I'm still doing it.
Between I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a creative, or you know, all these different buzzwords, these generic terms. Like, no, nigga, tell me what you do. What
what do you wake up and go do?
Yeah, like, what is it that you're getting paid to do? Tell me that.
What's your schedule today? You know, shit be crazy. I hate those buzzwords too, man. Like, you meet somebody and then like they don't have anything. They don't have a proof of concept, just like you said earlier, you know?
Like, and it's okay if you don't have it all figured out. I'm not coming at those people. I'm coming at the people, or not even coming at. I'm just I'm making a point, my opinion on what people, like my specific opinion when it comes to, you know, saying what you're called. I'm not an entrepreneur. I own a business. I work at a 9 to 5. I'm a husband. I'm a father.
Yeah.
That's it.
I'm like, you know, I'm not gonna say anything. We talked about a whole bunch of serious shit right there for like 20 minutes. Yo, you know what I was watching the other day? This made me think of you when it was on
Bel-Air?
TV. Nah, that's my shit. We could get into Bel-Air too, and Will Smith, man. No, I was watching Jumanji, The Next Level.
With
The
the Rock?
sequel, yeah, the sequel to the reimagining that no one asked for in life, man.
Ain't there
Oh
two of them
my,
too?
there's two. That's the one I'm talking about. The Next Level, the second one, the sequel to the next one. It
I
wasn't
don't think
just
I
the first
watched
one.
it.
Dog, I was like, yo, man, The Rock is really getting some money out here. Just, just for what? For why? For who? Who asked for that?
What you mean? Of course he's getting money out. He's about to be Black Adam, which
Yeah.
I just heard that, or it might have been a rumor that's not true, but I heard that the DC, they are under new ownership. So I wonder which direction they're going with it now.
Like, yeah, well, they already blew up the whole multiverse in DC, and they're all just gonna be separate movies, which is probably better for them anyway, because the your boy from Twilight, they said that his Batman did real good.
Even though it was a horrible movie. I didn't like
it
it.
wasn't.
I'll say
You
that.
saw it?
Yeah, I saw it. Mhm.
Yeah,
saw
that
it.
means I would probably like it then.
You would like
You
it.
would-
That's the thing.
Yeah, it's dark. You like a happy, positive movie. I like
That's
this.
what I like. I'm an Arrow fan. I don't like
That's true.
I didn't like the Flash. He was too upbeat and happy.
He smiled way too many scenes. He did.
Yeah.
He was cheesing in way too many scenes.
I was watching this movie on like Lifetime with Jaquel, and he was in it.
That's dad vibes.
And
That's funny.
I told her, I was like, yo, he plays a superhero, the Flash. I was like, I can't unsee him as that. Like every scene that he's in, there go Barry Allen.
They got him a black wife too. They found the lightest skinned black wife in the world to give him, and then a light skinned little brother. Like it was crazy.
Yeah, he got like 6 kids.
Who? Barry
in that show.
Oh yeah, and he got Oh my god, it was trash. But
is it over?
no, it's still going. This is the last season, I think. It's still going.
Longest
Yeah,
running.
man, they gave Arrow freaking 11 seasons or some shit like that. They got to give Barry a couple.
No, they gave Arrow like 8. They gave him
Yeah.
like 11, which I don't think. Never mind.
Hey man, what you just talk about Bel-Air, man. What you think? What you think of the ending?
I ain't like it. I ain't like.
I thought it was too
how they
soon.
just left it.
Yeah.
They could have put the last episode in the second to last episode, at least portions of it, and kind of done more with that storyline to close up storylines in that last episode.
Yeah, it's the last scene that we saw. Will walking out the crib.
No, the last scene is him staring over the horizon with Jazz talking about, yo, you told me not to let LA change me, and I did.
Oh man, yeah, that show was good, but yeah, I didn't like that. You know what? Let me backtrack. I think that it could be a result of us. We grew up in the original Bel-Air time, but like not the first season where we were like really knew what was going on.
Yeah.
So we had to watch like to see where he sees his pops and all that stuff afterwards. And like back then, the season ended on some of the things,
So like for me, I don't even relay those two shows together, even remotely. Like
no, and I'm just making a point of like some of the classic things back in the day. We got to go back and watch afterwards.
Like I see like I was talking to somebody about it. I'm like, I see these two shows as two separate entities. Like, I know that they're closely similar, but two separate entities completely, two different styles of show. Like Bel-Air, by all accounts, is a great show.
Yeah.
They did amazing with the casting, I think is great. All that. Like, I just didn't like the ending. But that's often me with season finales, like even the the Power season finale the other day. Force.
You ain't like that? Dog, it's the same show as Power before, man. 7 different storylines going on at once.
Of course, they had to kill off somebody that was important.
Now that was sad. The last few minutes of it, I was like, okay, this part's okay. Everything else is terrible though.
Yeah, like Liliana didn't have to die. I would have felt more comfortable if somebody else died. That was like
the black brother.
Yeah, I'd have been more comfortable with that. But I get it because you know he just got reunited with his son. I get it.
Yeah. Nah, fuck that. They should have had the black brother die, and then Tommy got to raise the son. That's a much better ending. We just did it in
I
20
think that would be a
seconds.
way better storyline.
Much better. Yeah, that helps Tommy's character arc.
Why did they have to put Bianca in it at the end? Or Blanca or whatever her
Oh my, cause it's power, dog. And 50 want to show you that he the new Marvel out here.
her annoying voice though.
She was like, and they have to show all the other people, have to remind you that Tariq is coming back and the lawyer and Sax and all that bullshit. But yeah, 50, he keep talking about he the power universe and he got the multiverse just like Marvel.
Trying to get out of stars though.
Okay, go start your own channel.
Did
I ain't gonna
BMF
lie.
ever-
I would
Did
follow.
ever
I
end?
would follow them shows.
I would watch it too. Did BMF
Yeah.
ever end?
Yeah, they killed what's his name.
But that last episode, that didn't seem like it was the finale. So I was just waiting for a minute, like
Because
all right,
50 just get shit popping, and then he have the writers go. The writers aren't him, so they can't really get it off like he would get it off.
this is just nonsense. Like there's so many shows on right now that I'm glad that I guess these would be the winter shows. I'm glad my winter shows are almost over and my spring shows are about to come back on. Like,
No, the fall shows be the popping ones, so that's what we gotta wait
yeah.
for.
but I got Stranger Things coming back after a 2-year hiatus. And then I got
How I feel about shows about teenagers and shit.
you watched freaking Vampire Diaries for 10 years straight.
I was 22.
And they was teenagers really, but like they was like 40 years old.
I was 22 at that time, and all the girls that I was hooking up with also watched that show.
That show was a bop. It was a great show.
Now it's terrible. I'm cool.
I'll go back and watch it any day of the week.
You Netflix poppy. That's why.
To go to sleep.
Well, hold on. Before you talk about your spring shows, though, let's talk about what happened at the end of Bel Air. So, just like in the original Fresh Prince, they started alluding to his pops, and they were like some big secret that like something happened with his dad, his mom, the family, and all this shit. And the dad wanted to get out of the streets when him and Will's mom were together.
Yeah.
His side of the story is that the mom like coerced him or motivated him to stay in the streets to keep making that kind of money or whatever.
Or she made him feel guilty or feel less than.
Yeah.
He wasn't.
Yeah, like he was soft. He wasn't a street dude, right? And he ended up spending time because of that or whatever. And what Uncle Phil got him out of jail.
Uncle Phil was his lawyer that wasn't able to get him out of jail. And he didn't want him to know. I guess they didn't want Will to know, which didn't kind of make sense because they built up the whole freaking season to seem like there was just this bigger thing that happened. Like this monumental thing. Not that he went to jail and he was not even a deadbeat because he wasn't. He just was like anybody else. He didn't want his son to see him at his lowest.
Yeah. And Jeffrey left because of that. That's not a secret worth Jeffrey leaving. That was kind of poorly handled. But imagery, I think what the point was of imagery, right? That they didn't want Will to feel like this is like who he is or destined to be. That's the kind of vibe that I got from it, right? How did you feel about that actual storyline versus like how they handled it?
I liked it. I liked the portrayal of our race in this show, all around.
Yeah.
Especially in that scene. Because it was just like it showed the real side. Like, like dads do deal with a lot. And there's big shoes to fill. There's a big weight that you have to carry as a father. And Marlon alluded to that when he was talking about Will's mom, how, like she pressured me. She made me feel guilty, like, because basically made me feel like I was less than because I wasn't doing this. So that in turn caused him to make the decisions that he did. And although he was a grown man, an adult, so he makes his own decisions. So he has to face those consequences. But that's a major point that I'm glad that they expressed in that show. I think they could have dug more into that. I think they could have dug more a lot into that scene. like
Yeah.
way more.
Yeah, that show's cool, just like you're saying, because of the way they represent the Black people. Like the dude running for DA, Uncle Phil's a lawyer, Black man, chief of police, Black man. They're looking for all the other Black men to support them because they're all in positions of power
All
out
the
in LA and
alphas.
California. Yeah, all the alphas. That was funny to watch when they were all out there. That's Eddie Black barbecue right there. They start calling you, Yamacron. They start calling you your old nicknames and shit like that. How did you feel with the scene? This is one of the best episodes, and this is kind of how they ended also, where Uncle Phil steps down as running for DA so that Aunt Viv could pursue her career again.
I think that a lot of times in these shows, not these shows, but shows in general, they show the reverse. Where the woman is giving up her dreams and sacrificing her dreams in the pursuit of the male's dreams. So I like that.
Well, that's what she did in the beginning, right?
Yeah,
that's when the show first starts. She's giving up her dream so that he can pursue his. Right. Yeah.
But I mean, not really. Because remember the scene where they were laying in bed talking? And he's like, yo, I mean, I might have opened the door, but you jumped through it. Like, you weren't really about that.
I felt like it was a whole thing that she had some insecurities about really pursuing. And that's kind of what they were alluding to. He said, I opened the door, but you jumped through it. But then at the same time, you can't tell if that was, like his insecurities shining through also. Like I led you there and I wanted you to do it, but I just kind of let you make the decision,
You could kind of tell the whole show that he felt the way, because anytime someone mentioned it, he they panned to him.
Yeah.
He like looking like a deer caught in the headlights.
He had a lot of shit to work on. Do you or Jaquella have those conversations like about pursuing dreams? You were talking earlier about her opening the dance school and stuff like that. Like obviously y'all both want a lot of things.
Yeah, we do. Like for me, I am like really big on her pursuing her dreams. Like even like getting back into dance like heavy, because that's her passion. Like that's what she does. So even just doing things to progress that, even in dance school, like we started an LLC for it. Like I went online and just started it. I was like, here you go. Like this is the first step. Because I feel that it's like, yo, you gotta progress things. Like if I have a specific skill set, like we're together for a reason. We complement each other. That's how it's supposed to be. So, if I'm strong in one area, then I can help you along. So, that's something that we're working on. We're not perfect at it, but we're working on it. So when it comes to like that dreams and like everything like that, like we watched the show together. Like we watched Bel Air together. So like she really resonated with Aunt Viv a lot. So, I get it. And I guess because Jaquel, she supported me in the beginning stages of my business, like really heavy. And even now she supports me. Like there's a lot of stuff that I was able to avoid by listening to her. And, her being my blind spot, seeing things that I didn't see, or, maybe I was too insecure or, arrogant or whatever, ego getting in the way, different things like that. So it's good. Like, I like it. I like the complementary aspects of both of us building our dreams at the same time and being willing to like trade off where you're like, yo, it's your turn now.
Yeah, that's amazing. Speaking of your boy Willie, man, from Fresh Prince, what was you thinking when you saw that slap go down, dog?
So I didn't
slap her around the world.
I didn't see it real time because I don't watch the Oscars.
Neither the fuck did I.
But I was on social media and I saw someone talk about it, so I had to go look it up. Right. And I saw it, I was like, yo, he smacked the black off of Chris.
Facts.
But like, I went to the barbershop that week. And I go to a barbershop out in Jersey, and they all Puerto Rican bulls and Italian dudes. So they was talking about it. It was like, one bull was like, yo, this was fake, all this stuff. He's like, yo, I get it. I don't know what I would have done. I was like, dog, I don't know, because I ain't letting no grown man smack me in my face. I don't care what I don't care what I did. Like,
Facts.
We're gonna rumble. That's it.
Yeah.
I might be wrong, and I'll admit that I'm wrong, but you ain't gonna smack me in my face.
Yeah. I feel
You're not
you.
gonna open hand me in my face
And walk right up on me. That's how you know that Chrissy to get in the gym.
and then turn around and just walk away.
Walk off. Yeah. That's crazy.
Don't turn around. Don't turn your back on me.
Yeah. I mean, between the two of us, like you was always the more level-headed one. You know, I was definitely more of a hothead, right?
Yeah.
You're not really to put your hands up type dude. But I know you have limits, especially
You
as
was
a
willing
man.
that situation. You was willing every situation.
Oh yeah, more than willing. I was ready for it. But put yourself in a position, right? Like you out with your lady, y'all experience some y'all time, or maybe you out at a function with people that you have a certain rapport with, right? Do you know the limit of what someone can say to your wife? Have you ever thought about that?
I hadn't thought about it because, like, honestly, I don't really get many people that come my way with a lot of, aggression. And, same way, just even when I'm out with her. And, like, honestly, she's the more aggressive one than me. Like, she's way more aggressive. Like, if somebody says something to her, like, yeah, I'll defend her, but she gonna go put her hands on you. Like, I'm had to defend you from her.
That's funny.
That's the type of wife I have. Like, she gonna put the paws on you,
right?
That's what she about. Like, she can. But if I was in that situation, yeah, like I would definitely say something. I don't know that I would go smack bull on live TV. Like, I don't know that that's because I'm a violence last type of person. That's me.
Right.
I've told a lot of people this. Like, I value life too much for a split second decision like that to really impact things. Like, you and I have been out before, and niggas have guns. Like, I have a firearm, but I don't carry it around with me. Like,
yeah.
So, like, for me, I think about those type of things.
Yeah.
Like, I've heard too many stories of, bull got beat up, fair fight, bull got beat up. Next thing you know, come back, shoot the bull.
Right. Over LA and the Jordan King of Prussia, man. I think we might have even been out that night. It was balling. Yeah, it was balling. I feel like we was out over there that night, and freaking later on, like the next day, you get the call that this is what happened over there. It's nuts. Shit like that go down.
And life is fragile, so that's why I don't like. I'm not a big proponent of violence. Like, I don't. That's not my thing. I can fight. Like, it's never.
The hands is weapons.
Yeah, that's never.
The hands is registered weapons out there.
Like, don't try it. But I don't want to go to that. That's my thing. Like, I've been in plenty of situations where it's even a smaller dude. Like, I've been out. You know how niggas get. Like,
yeah,
you want to like prove something, and you can say whatever to me, dog. You ain't gonna make it unless you put your hands on me, and we good. You can say whatever.
Yeah. It's taking me a while, but I feel like I'm getting to that point now where I'm saying like, oh, you got it a lot, my thing is I'd be like, salute, you got it. That's cool.
I don't gotta be in this situation. We out. I'm out.
Yeah. Right. Are you and Jaquel getting to that point now where you're now trying to get back out and like find some times to yourself? I know having a newborn is hard, but
yeah, definitely. Cause she'll be 9 months at the end of this month. So, we definitely been trying to get out more. Like, this past weekend, we was busy. We was booked and busy. Like, going out like adult night. Like, Friday night, we went out to Conchi. We went with some of her friends who was visiting in town from Baltimore. Went out to this place called Jasper's, which I'd never been to.
I was there Saturday. That's funny.
I ain't know nothing about it. I ran past it plenty of times when I used to live in Conchi, but I never knew it was like popping like that. But went there Friday.
Did you go to the outside, John?
Nah, I went upstairs.
Upstairs, yeah.
There's a lot of people in there, dog.
Like, yeah, it's the spot. It's like it's on the back half of Conchi too. So a little bit off the beaten track.
If I'd have known about that, John, instead of down in freaking
Great American.
Yeah, because Great American will be popping.
Yeah, that's the ratchet, John. That's the 22 to 25 spot.
Yeah, no, but we went there, and then Saturday night, her friend had a party in Baltimore for a surprise birthday party. It was like, it was one of them back in the day, Roger Jones. Like there was, like they Baltimore, they got all dance and yeah.
So you loosen the butt, you let the taco meat out.
Hold on. So like you listen to Joe, and he was talking about how he don't like niggas that can dance.
Yeah.
That's
they gave.
That's how like I'm watching, like, yo, I don't dance, dog.
Yeah, relax.
Like, y'all can do all y'all little, you guys.
Nah, you a dancer.
Nah, I ain't no dancer.
I really learned
how much not I'm a dancer when I met Jaquel.
With the Baltimore crowd, yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's how they give it up.
Yeah, like when you and I out, like we can do a little something, like enough, but we be around white people. Like we look, so
they think you really giving it up.
So that's real life. Like, and then when you get it, like, it's like when you balling. If you balling with your homies, you might think you the best.
The one crossover move, yeah.
Ball with some niggas that's D1, you gonna feel like,
yeah, they got a whole package.
Yeah, exactly.
That's funny. But what's y'all go-to date idea vibes?
Go-to date, honestly, like we gotta get better at dating, but our go-to date is usually like Mexican because we both love Mexican food, so we go to
I appreciate it.
Yeah, we usually order in some Mexican from this place called Three Brothers. There's a few locations, great food.
A little plug.
Yeah, a little plug. But out we go to like KOP, but we try and get to some new spots because I told you, I'm like, yo, I was never the touristy person, so like I don't know any of the spots in Philly. Like that was not my bag, but I'm trying to learn.
Yeah, y'all gotta hit up. If you want some good Mexican, gotta hit up Elvez in the city. It's a good little spot.
Elvez, all right.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take that down because we're looking for a couple new spots. But
if you want some Italian and look, you know what, Elvez is like. It's like romantic lighting in there too. It's like chilling.
Yeah, that's where you be taking it.
Yeah, I was there on Thursday. It was a vibe.
Sure.
Yeah, a little date there. If you want some Italian, they got Spasso's. That's a few streets over from Elvez. Okay. Yeah, man, y'all can come to me with your date news, your dating needs. So what's up, dog? What you hungry for next, man? What's the next move?
Right now, I'm hungry for being a better father, being a better husband. Honestly, put my time and effort into that. Like we talked about early on, the stuff that you put your time in grows. So that's really what I'm focusing on right now. The business is going to get there. Life is going to get there, but I'm really focusing in on the fatherhood and the husbandhood aspect of life.
It's facts. Yeah, you know what I want to know? Actually, you a big trip taker, man. What's your next trip y'all got planned?
Greece, hopefully.
Okay.
Yeah, we're looking to try to do Greece September, October time for her 35th, my 30th, and then our wedding anniversary.
There you go.
You look at the water. You ever seen that water?
The water? Yeah, but they got nice looking water all over the world though.
Nah. I ain't talking about a Jersey Shore. Expand your horizons.
Yo, my homegirl Marissa, she was out in Boston for the past 3 months. She said, yo, who knew that Boston had a beach? I was like, yo, you are a sicko for saying that. Oh man. So
yeah,
but
I have a suggestion. You should start talking like Shannon from Undisputed on your
I'm cool.
Your pod.
I'm cool. I don't have that many sayings to say. Amy just came back from down south. She was in Nashville and she got to meet all the Southern people. And she came back saying she's madder than a wet hen. And I was like, yo, if you don't stop with this fucking shrimp and grits ass bullshit that you hit me with right now, it's fucking nonsense.
I've never heard that phrase.
Yeah.
Madder than a wet hen.
Yeah, she explained it to me, but I'm gonna save all the listeners right now. I'm not gonna bore the listeners with that nonsense, yo. But all right, dog, yo, thank you for coming on, man. At the end of this, y'all, for all your moving needs, your junk removal needs, go hit up New Beginnings, man. And he's also getting to the content game. Go check him out on YouTube.
Check out YouTube.
How's the content game been so far?
First episode is up, and like when you first get back into recording yourself, It's a little bit of
Yeah.
a learning curve. That's the point I'm at.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, me and one of my homies that's been on the podcast before, and he's a Drake hater, but I saw him like post a caption the other day that had a Drake line in it, and it was the pound cake John where he's like, fuck all that happy to be here shit that they want me on. I think that's still one of Drake's best verses ever, yo. Like
You say that about every Drake verse though.
nah, but that's the one. I've always said that about that John though, where he's like I shouldn't act like I'm a student of the game and act like I'm not doing it the same and I'm doing it better. That's the thing. That goes back to that, like they don't get it shit, you know.
What Drake
like,
stand for?
I'm not even gonna tell him. That's something that didn't age the best, you know. You know, the fact that this man terribly. That was a early 2000s thing to do, to break the letters of your name down into an acronym. Like, nah, that's not it. You know.
I mean,
You know, see, he ain't never do another acronym again.
he probably did. Just like
And
you
he's
said
like-
with the whole when I was driving earlier, I was thinking about that bar that you sent me, that Drake bar. He's
What
like,
one?
yeah, when things get rocky, I'm gonna call her ASAP.
Hey man,
Like
he
that.
definitely leaked that lie out there.
He would definitely say that though. He probably in her phone right now. He say,
And
yeah, I heard things is rocky, so I figured I'd call you ASAP.
And then no, you know what he would do? He would fucking have the voicemail of him saying it and then put that on the song. He got to go back to the voicemail days. I do miss that.
He has
know.
at least one on every album. At least
we need another one. That's what we need.
it's always on the interlude. But yeah,
Yeah.
I ain't gonna get another Drake album.
Just said when?
I
we're
said
not.
We're not gonna get another Drake album.
Nah, we definitely will.
I don't know. I don't think so.
We'll get at least two more. We're gonna get one more of them little 3-track Johns EPs and then a full Drake album. Because he can't end on Scorpion, or is that the last one?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Loverboy. Loverboy.
Certified Lover Boy.
No, he's not gonna end
That
on
was
that.
definitely his last album.
No, no way.
He's just like LeBron. He's winding down.
Yeah, but LeBron's still playing. He wait for his son to record a track. You know Drake gotta have his kid on a track one day. Just talking.
According to Skip, LeBron is not. He's not him.
Well, there's a reason that LeBron's in the league and Skip is,
Just commentating. Huh?
I'm sorry, that's how it go, man. But all right, y'all, we about to get out of here. Terrence, he built up his empire so he can have his kids take over one day, just like Bronny with LeBron. Like we said, go check out All Things New Beginning. Go check out All Things Hungry Dog, man.
All right, guys. Peace.
Peace.